Alright guys, it's Sunday with another crypto market price range. Let's see how the market is doing today. And so far, it looks like everything is looking pretty green for a change. Not bad. We've seen some really good moves, and well, let's get right into it. Let's see what's going on. So with Bitcoin, it finally did break outside of that downtrend. Now, will it hold or not? That we'll see. But it does have a lot of resistance coming down on it, because even though it pushed to the upside, you still got to break above that 35,000. If it is able to hold on and get on top 35,000, you're looking at a very good positive move here for Bitcoin. But otherwise, it could easily be rejected like it did back in June 14, where it just got rejected right back down again. The good thing difference between what happened back then and now is that back then, after it came up, it came right back down the next day. Where this one, it spent 3 days going up. It doesn't have the strength, it doesn't have the momentum. So we'll see if it's going to stay there or it's going to start coming back down slowly, or we'll see. You know, it's got a lot of resistance in the meantime. But for right now, because it did go up, it finally let go of the other coins, and the other coins are all moving up as well. We have some new coins today we're going to look into as well. We added in here Solana, we added in here Enjin. So let's see how you guys are doing. All right, so next will be Cardano ADA. ADA did pretty good. It's got some resistance happening at the $1.20. So it's got some work ahead of him to see if it can kind of hold on and go up. Otherwise, there's still pressure to the downside. So it's right on the top of where it can go. It would need a lot of support to be able to get up there and push. Otherwise, you're looking at this coin maybe coming back down again and trying up to break the $1.30. But for right now, there's a lot of resistance at the $1.25. So we'll see if this guy has enough momentum to push up or come back down and try again a little bit later. AMP did a great move today. Look at that sucker, man. He just broke right out. But again, it could be one of those things just like it did back then, where back in June 15th, where it came up and then the next day came right back down. So we'll see if it stays up here. It has plenty of room to move to 7 cents if it wants to. There's nothing really holding it back, but it can easily just, next day come right back down. Well, that one we'll see. This coin is too new and it's still very volatile, so it's kind of hard to tell where it wants to find its happy medium. But considering that everything is going up, if I had to decide if it's time to buy or not, anywhere between 4 cents and 6 cents, definitely around 5 and 4 cents was a good time to start buying into it. I would wait it out to see if it comes back down, and then I would pick up some right there. But remember, I have to do a disclaimer. I'm not a financial advisor. Always do your own research before investing, and never invest more than you can afford to lose. Okay. All right. So next one is Enjin. Enjin, same thing. They push to the upside. They're kind of being squeezed between $1.25 and $1.40. So it's going to be trying to fighting if it can get above the $1.37, $1.38. Actually, sorry, 140. Let me go back. If it can get above the 140, then we're looking at getting on top of this line rather than just being pushed back down. But other than that, it got a lot of the resistance underneath it, so it's finding support. So let's see if it's something that's going to just keep going or it's going to just fail. But a lot of these coins, you just have to wait and see where it wants to go. All right, next one is Ethereum. So they made their move pretty much, this for a lot of these coins, and they're finding support. This one's the same thing. It was fighting the 2,100, and actually now it's finding support. If it can stay above that, it could run up to 2,500. So Ethereum also has some momentum to go to the upside. So let's see if it can stay and find support at the 2,100 line. If it does, we're looking at a nice little run to at least to the 2,500. All right, HNT. same thing. So all these guys that were being pushed down at $11, now it's finding support. If it's able to stay above this, here's another line coming back down. If it can stay and hold this and get above the $12, it will have a nice little run to about 15 bucks, which will be nice for a lot of these coins. They definitely are tired of being down there. So they're finding a lot of support now where before was resistance. All right, Chainlink. Chainlink got all the way down, broke the $13 and found some sentiment buyers down there, and it just took off to the upside, breaking the downtrend. So it's kind of one of the things where we'll see. We don't know if it's going to just move up instead of going up to 19 bucks, or if it's something just going to come right back down and find support around the $13, $14. So it's one of those things we have to kind of wait on this one to see which way it wants to go, because it's not showing too much energy in either direction, and it's got right now some pressure to the downside still at the $17. So we'll see where this one wants to go. Just give it a little bit more time before you decide what to do. But definitely they're buying around the 13. When it gets below the 13, is where people are picking up and buying some more and pushing it to the upside. Mana it's in the cloud, which is we'll call that the turbulence. It did push the 70 cents, not bad. If it gets above the 70 cents, then it can get up to the 80 cents and fight in here. Otherwise it might get pushed back down to the 56 55 cent range again. If it does have a lot more push, it will go up. Otherwise, it'll fall first before going back up. If I had to guess on this one, unless something big happens and it flies up, I would say it's going to start falling first. So good time to pick up some more down around 55 cents, 50 cents around there. MATIC, Polygon. Polygon is deciding if it's going to get out of this downtrend or if it's going to come right back down to 80 cents. It hasn't made its choice yet. It's still, anything can happen. Even if it does decide to jump up to $1, it's going to get pushed back down really fast and hard. So it's one of those things you have to kind of give it a little bit more time to see which way it wants to go. But if it does fall around 70 cents, definitely best time to pick up some more. Anything under $1 is a good time to pick up some more, because a lot of these coins are going to start taking off eventually. Once beginning of August kicks in, it's going to be a whole new ball game with these guys. All right, next one, Solana. That's one of the new ones. It found support a couple times around the 23 bucks. It's got resistance at the 28 line. So as of right now, chances are it's probably going to come back down a little bit to the $25 range. Even if it does decide to go up, it's got a double push to the downside, so it won't get too far past 30, and it'll get rejected right back down again to the $25 range. But it definitely has a lot of fight in them. Just needs a little bit more time and a lot more backing before it can actually take off. Yeah, it's doing a lot of bouncing, and the bouncing is getting smaller, so that's not energy to the upside, that's energy to the downside still. Theta. Theta made a big move for the last 5 days. It's been going up from 375 all the way up to $6. Pretty strong, but here he's got the double rejection. So this might be the end of the run for it, around $6. It might start to come back down again around $5, but it's got a lot of push, so you never know. I mean, if it can get above 692, 690, yeah, I'll say 680, around 680. If it can push around 680, then it's got a free run. But something tells me that it might have to come back down a little bit before deciding to break out again. It did a great move. I mean, that's an awesome percentage move right there. But I think it already ran its course. All right, VET. VeChain. VeChain did great. Same thing, got out of the downtrend. But see, even just because it gets out, doesn't mean that it still won't continue to go down. It definitely finds support at the 5-cent line and then came back up again. So looked like it's picking up some sentiment buyers down here in this area. Because as soon as it got in here, it got rejected right up again. So it's one of those things where if you like what they do and you think they're going to be big eventually, this is a good time to buy. Anything in here is good. You have a lot of down push coming in, but eventually all these lines are going to end up getting really close together, and the candles are going to get above it. And once the candle gets above it, it'll start running like fast. So it's these are all good opportunities to pick up some more before it takes off on you. But going back to Bitcoin, because that's the one that controls the rest of them, as soon as Bitcoin moves like 1%, everybody else moves about 20%, 15%, 17%, because they're all being pushed down by Bitcoin just moving 1%. But now that it's been going up, 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 this is where it's kind of running out of gas a little bit. So it'd be interesting to see if where this will do. If it comes down, it will bring the other coins down with it. But either way, I'm still seeing the cup and handle down, sideways, up. Might be next week, might be a little bit later, but honestly, I think it's already getting to a point where it's about to start moving and start doing its moving up and doing a cup and handle formation. Looks like we're getting out of the danger zone. It does not mean that it cannot come back down. It could. The next one could be a big red candle, but we'll see. We'll keep an eye on it. Other than that, all right, and I'll link. I don't have anything to link to this time, because I didn't put any articles up, did I? All right, so if you guys want to see more, just make sure you guys subscribe so you guys don't miss any future recordings, and I'll see you guys in the trading room.